6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities.
Thank you for joining us on our fantastic YouTube channel. That's vivx Sports. We've been bringing you the very best of the Africa Cup of Nations. But before we fully begin, we have to apologize profoundly for starting not a tad late. This was starting very, very, very late on this first AFCON quarter-final between the Eagles of Mali and the Teranga Lions of Senegal. The game's going down in Tangier, right there in Morocco. And the second half actually has started just some 5 minutes into the second period, and Senegal lead by a goal to nil. They're also being aided by the fact that they've got the advantage of a man after Mali had the man sent off, and that was Hivis Bissouma, who got sent off for his second bookable offence just towards the end of the first half. Iliman Ndiaye at in the 26th minute given Senegal the lead, a lead they still hold on to, and again in the 51st minutes. My name is Olawale Adegun, and once again our apologies, but let me tell you that after this quarter-final there is more from where this is coming from, because the second quarter-final between the host, that's the Atlas Lions of Morocco, and the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon will be following shortly right here on vivx Sports. Once again, apologies, we hope you accept that one from us. I've got the doctor, the top doctor, joining on today's Watchalong, and doctor, you know, it was worth the wait, right?
Yes, it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. They say food way sweet, you go calm down, chopper. And we are entering Squeaky Bomb time, as I usually say in AFCON. It's quarterfinal stages, the best of the best teams taking on each other over the next couple of days. We're seeing it with Senegal, Mali. We're going to see it with likes of Nigeria, Cameroon, Morocco, and we want to see the best of football. And there is no other place you get the best of football, the best of sporting action, especially in Africa, than vivx Sports. So let's go.
Don't forget Nigeria versus Algeria is going to be big. We've got Watchalong coming through tomorrow.
Right.
You'll be getting all the details. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, and there you can get all the updates you need as far as that Watchalong tomorrow between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Desert Foxes of Algeria. Now let's get back to this game. It's Mali 0, Senegal 1, 53 minutes already gone, and doctor, what have you made of this game thus far?
It's been very closely fought. It's been very intense, as I expected. I didn't expect the game to go easy, because Mali are very tough customers over the course of this tournament. They haven't gotten wins under their belt, but they seem to always find a way to grind out results, qualifying from the group with 3 draws, penalties here and there, even with red cards. In their last game they had a red card, still found a way to come back against Tunisia. We've seen that even though they go down against Senegal, but they are very tough customers. In fact, in the first half, they were, before the red card and before the goal, they seem to be the better side, just going against the Teranga Lions of Senegal, getting the chances. And don't think that with this one-man advantage that the Senegalese have, that the Malians will cover. They would definitely come out to play, and their backs are against the wall, and it seems like when their backs are against the wall, they seem to get some of the best results. So the Senegalese cannot afford to slip on this one. 3
consecutive red cards they have received in this tournament. First Comoros, the second against Tunisia, now against Senegal. Amari Traore, the Paris FC right back, is down. Is wreathing in some pain. Looks like he's done something with the shoulder, and another player might have to come off as well. We're taking a look at that's the Aidara. Looks like he has to come off for Joglin Nene, who has also been one of their best players in this tournament. Unfortunately, could not get to start in this one against Senegal, and you can see Aidara being consoled by the Senegalese player. You can see this again consoling Aidara as he comes off for Nene in the 57th minute.
Yeah, seems to have had something with his arm. I hope it's not a broken arm, but you can see the tape on his arm, and he seems to be holding it. They might have to run some x-rays to be sure that he is all good. But Nene is on. I think Nene was the one who scored the winning penalty for Mali against Tunisia. A very, very pacey right winger, who is definitely going to cause some problems on the counter for the Malians. Tom Seifert definitely looking to mastermind what will be an upset, looking at the circumstances of proceedings in this game.
All right, Douglas Nene on the Fenerbahce forward. Hopefully he can make that desired impact off the bench. Mali will need a goal to get back into this one. They've done it before under very, very dramatic circumstances against Tunisia in the round of 16, where they scored late on to force it into extra time, and after that they had to go through the lottery of penalties, and Jigui Kamara, that's the Jigui Diarra, that's the goalkeeper, the hero of the day. Another yellow card is out from the center referee this time. It's to Senegal's number 7, that's Diarra.
Hamidou Diarra.
Hamidou Diarra has been booked for a foul on Sangare, and the referee definitely has been busy, especially in the first half. Talk about refereeing. There's been some controversy in the latter stages. Yeah, that some countries have been, protesting. They don't want certain referees, and that's led CAF to reshuffle the officiating guys out of this quarterfinals.
Yeah, everyone is. Oh wow,
that's coming close.
That was close.
Yeah, and that's a warning sign.
That was close.
A warning signal to Senegal there that Mali will not lie low.
That was close. I said it earlier. We see the chance again. Just quick save by Mendy, Edouard Mendy, number 5 jersey for Mali, trying to hit with the rebound, but that was blocked. I said it. The Malians will not cower just because they are down a player. We've seen this happen so many times. Very, very tough side to play against, and they can still charge at you even with the disadvantage. And as we see against Senegalese, the Senegalese can't afford to be complacent, because if they do, they might just be sucker punched by the Malians.
Abdoulaye Diaby coming close, but Edouard Mendy denied. Corner kick to Mali. They're going to take right now Sangare, but Kalidou Koulibaly definitely gets that one out. He's also returning to the lineup after serving suspension. Another cross comes in. Kalidou Koulibaly to the rescue again. It's been very immense. Despite the aerial bombardment coming from Mali, now Senegal will try to attack, but Mali still have possession of the ball. Douglas Nene tracking back to help out as Mali try to build from the back. If you're just joining, we're bringing to you live updates from Tanger, and it's Mali 0, Senegal 1. Yves Bissouma sent off in the first half, so Mali playing with 10 men as they are open to just ensure that they can stun the former champions Senegal and find a way back into this game. And you'll be mistaken to feel that Mali have had the man sent off. They're looking comfortable, Doctor.
Very comfortable. They are used to this kind of situations. playing. I'm very sure Tom Senfe definitely will be practicing with these guys with the one-man disadvantage, just to see how they set up, because they don't look like they are under pressure. They look like they are even the ones that could get the goal. Just how they try to play from the back, how they try to progress the ball, how they try to match the Senegalese man for man. You would not know unless you're told that their captain, the inspirational captain Yves Bissouma, has been sent off. And it will be one for the books, it will be one for the neutrals if the Malians find a way to get out of this game victorious, because I mean, it's football. We want to see the stories, we want to see the upsets, we want to see the spectacular moments, and in games like this you can find that.
Now Sadio Mane for Senegal, Iliman Ndiaye to the right hand side, as Senegal beating the time. Idrissa Gueye back to Ndiaye. Ndiaye finds Mane in the right hand channel. To Crepin Diatta, who is playing as a makeshift right back. Mane on the off turn against the crossing, but nobody's in there to turn that one in, as Mali will breathe, and they will come forward. But that was Senegal also showing that they've still got that threat in them, with about 30 more minutes still to play. Doctor, you get a feeling the next goal in this game is going to be very crucial.
Very, very crucial. I'm sure the Senegalese will be trying to make sure that they get the next goal. One thing with the Malian side is, if you don't nail them early enough, as we saw against Tunisia and we saw in their group stages, in their group stage matches, they just at the end of the game, where everyone expects the result to go a certain way, they seem to find a way to get the chestnut out of the fire. So the Senegalese know that they have all to do. It's not game over yet. They must make sure that they get that next goal. If the Malians get that goal, and then it will be really, really difficult for the Senegalese, and you can almost bet that this game might just get into extra time and probably penalties.
And you could bet that maybe Tom Senfe drills his thing in training to always play with a man down.
It feels like,
because the way they've been able to remain comfortable. Another player has gone into the referee's book. That's number 20 Diallo for Senegal, after Mali tried to counter press. All thanks to Traore, who was trying to launch that attack, but was stopped by Diallo. And you can see Pape Thiaw, that's the Senegalese manager, not really happy. He'll be disturbed. You'll have been hoping that they should have consolidated in the second half, but Mali have looked comfortable. Free kick, it's a deep one, and then the header comes in. Another save from Edouard Mendy, but actually that was offside. That was flagged offside.
Wow.
But that was another knocking on the door by Mali, and that was Kamara with that header there.
That was a fantastic header. Needed a stretch from Mendy to save that ball, and that's what we are talking about. The Malians knocking on the door, and Pape Thiaw responding with a double change. I mean, just to rejig the side. It seems like the Senegalese have gone sleeping. They need a reset. They need a reset at this point.
All right, so Ahmed Diarra is off, and Pape Ciss is going to come on. The La Liga-based player is going to come on in place of Ahmed Diarra, and it's going to be a double change actually. We're waiting for confirmation for the player who's coming on, the second one. And yes, Pape Gueye is going to be coming off as well, as Senegal will hope to turn the tide and just get that go-ahead goal that can seal their place in the last four of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. 63 minutes, vivxsports, that's our channel right here. Remember to subscribe to our channel, follow us on all social media platforms as well. And like I told you, all quarterfinals coming right here on vivxsports. Don't forget, after this one, it's the host up against the Indomitable Lions, echoes of 1988. And that was the year Morocco last hosted the AFCON. And guess who knocked them out of that competition? It was the same Cameroon.
Right.
Cyril Makanaki with that only goal. The Roger Miller side. A Roger Miller led side, inflicting pain on the Atlas Lions. Senegal taking it easy. Pape Ciss, the new entrant, finds Idrissa Gueye. Ciss once again. It's going to be relied on today for the rest of the game to have a calming influence on the game. Doctor, what do you think Senegal should be doing here? Do you think they should go all out for that next goal, or just try to manage the game and just see it out?
Whether we like it or not, the Senegalese have an advantage, and I find that they are quite circumspect. They are very cautious just to take advantage of that advantage that they have, and that will not bode well for them, because the longer this game stays without another goal from the Senegalese, the more confident these Malians can feel like they can get something out of this game. So I expect that the Senegalese will take this game to the Malians, try to create those chances, try to play through the middle. We've seen Papechao bring in more midfield enforcement, and I'm trying to understand the logic behind that. I probably would have expected him to probably add more firepower up front, or probably rejig the front line and just add more speed and dynamism right there. The Senegalese are playing it safe. And with the Malians, you don't want to play it safe. You want to get that confidence booster. You want to get the assurance goal early enough and seal the game and just take it away from the Malians.
Talk about the Malians. They reached the quarterfinals without winning a game in open play. They drew all 4 matches, and they're hoping they can, continue that trend. But right now, they trail by a goal to 0. And they are appearing in the quarterfinals for the 8th time after also reaching this stage in 1994, 2002, 2004, 2012, 2013 and 2023. Talk about one of the greatest underachievers in the African game, Mali. Senegal now to come forward. Papi Cisse finds Idrissa Gueye to Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane on that left hand side, cuts inside, launches a shot, and what an effort. Stopped by Djigui Diarra there. That was a smart save from the Malian goalkeeper, but that also was a wicked effort from Sadio Mane there.
That's exactly what I was talking about. I felt like Mane was listening to me. Go at the Malians, sting the goalkeeper, take some shots, just put the Malian defense under pressure. Your one-man advantage has to count for something. Sadio Mane really taking it on, because we've seen them just playing around the fringes, and with this you add more pressure, and who knows, we can get a goal from the corner kick that's about to be whipped in.
Alright, what corner kick to Senegal now, but looks like the referee wants to ensure everything is alright. What a save from the Malian goalkeeper once again. It's back-to-back saves. Looks like Papi Cisse got to the end of that one, but it seemed to have hit his head.
And
there's a gush of blood there.
That's serious.
And the medics have been told to quickly hurry down to the pitch to provide timely attention. We have to take a look at that once again, because actually the Malian goalkeeper made a save off the corner kick.
Yeah, he did.
Here it is again.
But there was a clash. It seems like, it was. I think
it was Papi Cisse who got his head onto it, but there was a coming together of heads with Diaby.
Yeah.
And Cisse did not come off well on that.
Oh wow.
The new entrant. Yeah, there was a clash of heads in there. Despite the header being on target, the goalkeeper saved that. But Papi Cisse will need to be attended to right away as he lays down on the turf.
Yeah, definitely. That's in football, that will be counted as a head injury. So apart from taking care of the gush on the side of his face, he would also need to be evaluated for concussion, because that was impact on the head, just to be sure that he can continue the rest of the game. And if not, then the player who just came on a few minutes ago might have to be taken off. Hopefully not.
Talk about concussion there, the concussion protocols, right? Do you have an idea of the concussion protocols? Can you take us through that?
Yeah, so there is a concussion protocol. The player definitely will be checked, assessed for, orientation in time, person and place. So you'll be asked questions like, do you know who is around you, what match is going on right now, what country are you in, what time of the day can you see, and then if he answers those questions positively, there'll definitely be, sometimes you see the medics try to, there is a test, there's a sign where his eyes has to track the medic, they make signs, they do signs of what number is this, what number is this, just to establish that he knows where he is and he knows what is going on. And of course, when they make him stand up, they try to see if he staggers, if he walks, if he can walk on a straight line, if he is aware of his surroundings. And irrespective of what goes on, he will have to be taken out of the pitch to be calmed down, to allow for some settlement before he's brought in. When all of that is done, the medics reserve the full right to inform the coaching crew if this player can continue or not. So when they run all these tests and run all these checks, depending on the response they get from the player, if they feel like this player is not good enough to continue, then they reserve the full right to ask the coach to take out the player, and we see that a lot happen a lot of times in various leagues in the world.
All right, well, it's been attended to. Mali have made another change. Gasso Diakite, the Lausanne player, has come on for Aliou Dieng.
Just to reinforce what the Malians have, definitely to make sure that there is no space, no loophole that is left open for the Senegalese to capitalize on, and I think that's smart one by Tom Simpe.
So Dieng off, and we have the Lausanne-based player coming on for Mali. As Papi Cisse continues to get attended to. All right, still talking about Senegal and Mali, both interestingly. Okay, it looks like Papi Cisse is up and running.
But he's been bandaged.
He's back up and running, which is the good news. As a cross section of football fans who've come in here, they appear to be either Malian or Senegalese. It's a small stadium, by the way, the Tangier Stadium. I think probably the smallest out of the stadiums even used for the Africa Cup of Nations. And Senegal have played all 4 of their matches of the tournament in Tangier right anyway. So it's only away from home for them. And for Mali, they've had to play 3 games in Casablanca, including 2 group games and their round 16 clash. And they also played 1 group match in Rabat as well, the Eagles of Mali. And this is only the 2nd meeting between Mali and Senegal at the AFCON finals. The only previous encounter had to come way back in 2004 in Tunisia. And that was in the group stage when they met in their final Group B game, ended 1-1. Dramane Traore scoring for Mali in that game in 2004, and Abi Bae, who is now a manager these days in the French League, equalized for the Teranga Lions that year. But hostilities have been renewed in Morocco as Senegal come forward again. But Mali recover for a goal kick. That's some smart defending once again. And there seems to be some fighting going on. And it's, I think, Diarra, the Malian right back, and Malik Cisse. But the referee has intervened and play will continue. Doctor, the longer this game remains this way, the more dangerous Mali can become, right?
Yes, the more dangerous they can become. We've seen them get late stoppage time goals, late minute goals, last minute goals in their various games in the AFCON, and they would feel like they are still in this game. The Senegalese know that it's not done yet, and the longer this stays, the more confident they get. I was going to mention, it's just quite interesting that Gasso Diakite, who came on, he's a forward. He's a forward, came on for a midfielder, so that probably gives you an inkling into what Tom Senfe might be looking at, probably catching the Senegalese on the counter, just playing some fast transition and catching them on the break. So the Senegalese definitely have to be on the lookout, and as I said, try to be more menacing in front of goal, try to create opportunities, because we don't even see them creating opportunities, talk less of taking them. So they need to create more opportunities. Maybe they need more creativity, because we haven't seen the creativity from the flanks, either from Sadio Mane or in Ndiaye. We're not seeing that creativity. Even the centre forward that they have in this game, they probably need to take him up. We have the likes of Nicolas Jackson on the bench. We have Abdoulaye Dia, I think Boulaye Dia, who plays for Senegal, also on the bench. So probably need to ring these changes and to give them a better chance at getting something out of this game.
Main person for me has been another underwhelming performance from Senegal. I'm not sure they were really convincing against Sudan as well, considered first. 2-1 could have been 2-2 as well if not for Edouard Mendy's heroics. And this is another underwhelming performance from Papagio's side, but the attack through Crepin Diatta, the Monaco winger, is playing as a right back, finds Iliman Ndiaye. Ndiaye still with the ball. Back to Papisis. with the bandaged head. Diatta back to Papis Sis. Finds Idrissa Gueye. Elhaj Malik Diouf there. Is he going to go from range? It's a long range effort. That's speculative at best. And Lamin Kamara, soft targets. Looks like another change has been prepped up. As the manager, that's Malian manager, Tom Saintfiet, is prepared to throw everything at it, hoping for some late miracle that can preserve their interest in this AFCON. But it will be Senegal making another change here. Of course.
I talked about Habib Diallo, who's for me not played the role of centre forward properly. We have Mbaye, the teenager Mbaye, coming on. I remember his antics in the last game. Scored and assisted for the Senegalese, plays for Paris Saint-Germain, young lad who's very, very crafty on the ball and very speedy. Definitely will be coming on Ibrahim Mbaye to add extra to that forward, probably to test the forward, to test the Malian defense, because to credit to the Malian defense, they've restricted the Senegalese to long-range shots, and that's not good for the Senegalese. So I hope with this double change that we've seen yet again, I think Nicholas Jackson, from what I see, and Nicholas Jackson seems to have also come on. Hopefully that adds some extra for the Senegalese.
All right, so Mbaye Niang and Sheriff Ndiaye at the two new entrants into this game for Senegal, with the goal scorer Liman Ndiaye coming off, as well as Habib Diallo. Liman Ndiaye, the goal scorer of this game, the only goal so far. For Chuchu's goal, you have to say, after the Malian goalkeeper fumbled a low cross from Crepin Diatta early in the first half. But you can take a look at Papichel. Is unhappy. He's not convinced with what he's saying, despite the fact that they're in the lead.
Yes, definitely. He has every reason to be upset. This is knockout stage. This is where the big boys step up. And if the Senegalese playing like this against a side like Mali, yes, they are not underdogs, but they have some quality, but not as quality as the sides they probably face in the semi-finals. If Senegalese cannot easily dispatch a 10-man Malian side, then Papichel has a lot to think about, because they'll be facing proper sides going into the semis. And
looks like Senegal about to get a second. Papichel, but what a save! What a save from Diarra there. That was the chance to seal it. That was the chance for game, set, match for Senegal. But Papichel, maybe he was concussed, I don't know, but he should be scoring that. And that came after, Mali were trying to build from the back, and the pass was just not good enough.
Terrible.
And that was like a 2 against 1. Was 2 Senegalese players up against the goalkeeper.
I mean, terrible decision making, as we see again. He tried to build from the Papichel could have given the ball to Sheriff. He was clear on goal, but you're not a striker, and you're making striker decisions when you have the striker just playing beside you. Really, I hope this doesn't come to haunt the Teranga Lions.
And that was a great save from Gigil Diarra there. Lovely. I mean, the composure was great there. Ini was 2 against 1, but kept his composure. And like Doctor said, hope this doesn't come back to haunt the Teranga Lions, who have the ball again. Papichel finds Khalidou Koulibaly. Actually, it's Elhaj Malik Diouf on the left hand side. Mane for company. Lovely pass infield. Idrissa Gueye finds the new entrance here, but that effort is not convincing enough from Mbaye Niang, the PSG starlet. Actually was part of PSG's Champions League final against Inter Milan, came off the bench as well.
Yeah, he was good talent, someone who can, still very young, but someone who can change the course of a game just with a few flicks and tricks here and there. And as you could see, he tried to get one off his feet, but sadly did not go well. The Malians will definitely need to be on the lookout for him, because he can probably definitely be a difference maker.
The Malians get a stay of execution, courtesy the miss from Papichel. They'll have a chance to attack now. Diakite, spin a thorn in the flesh anytime he's at the ball. They're trying to work something out, but they've been outnumbered as Senegal try to come forward, but Mali reclaim it. Chance for them in the air, comes into the box. Zalmosold by Papisis, that will roll out for a goal kick. Senegal know that if they don't kill off this game, there's always the threat, the existential threats coming from Mali. As fans of Senegal, I'm sure they're getting nervous. Game in the 79th minute right now, with about 10 more minutes to play. Senegal have outscored Mali 61-38 across their previous 40 minutes. They've only seen one goal in this encounter. And it's no surprise that Mali are trailing or about to lose this one. Mali's last victory over the Teranga Lions of Senegal actually came way back in 1997. And that was a 2-1 win in Dakar. So Senegal have always owned Mali. Salimani gets to the byline. Corner kick to the Teranga Lions. But I mean, for Mali, it's a case of maybe they are running out of luck. You can't keep on going the man down consistently and hoping that you can get the rub of the green. I mean, they're about to run out of luck.
It looks like, but in football they say never say never. The game is not ended yet. You still have about 10 plus minutes to go, say give or take 15 minutes more in this game, and anything can happen. But it just looks like they've come to the end of the road. They've tried. Oh wow, okay. I almost felt like that was going to be a goal.
Alright, foul in the box. It looks like the referee is calling for the medics to come. Lots of stoppages in the second half. Another coming together. Clash of heads. Kalidou Koulibaly, the Senegal captain, involved in this one with it's the two Koulibalys actually.
Yeah.
It's the two Koulibalys. Yeah, and looks like it's the Malian Koulibaly who has gotten a headbutt to the face, and he's in pain as Tom Saintfield is preparing to have a last roll of the dice. Just hoping that something can happen in the next 10 or 15 minutes. I'm sure that
he has no other options. He has to make substitutions, hoping that right now they are a goal down, so the onus is on him to get the goal. So definitely throwing everything in just to make sure that they get a good chance of getting something. Remember, I said earlier, the Malians seem to always try towards the end of the game. Bilal Touré, who's just been subbed in. They always seem to make something out of nothing just towards the end of the game. We are in the last 10 minutes of the game, and so anything can happen. But you can as well say that they are running out of options, they are running out of luck. Thunder, they say, doesn't strike twice. For them, it struck twice. It might just not strike the third time.
All right, Tom Saintfield making a raft of changes there. You can also see not only El Bilal Touré coming on, looks like Koulibaly also Modi has come off. So it's a triple change from Tom Saintfield there. Could that have that desired effect in the latter stages of this first AFCON25 quarter-final? Senegal definitely pushing to just get that second goal and seal the deal, but they'll have to be very, very, very calculated about that. Kalidou Koulibaly gets the ball to his partner, that's Niakate, but that's a wrong pass towards Idrissa Gueye, and the hospital pass has landed. Mbaye Ibrahim in trouble. It's got to the yellow card. It was a very short pass from Koulibaly to the PSG starlet, and it's cost him to foul in the air, and it's gotten into the referee's book. So free kick to Mali, and this is where Mali can be very, very dangerous with set plays. They leave for it. Diakite about to take this free kick. As you can see, the lasers being flashed his face. Free kick comes in, but can't get past the first man. As Senegal tried to attack on the counter, but Mali nip it in the bud. But finally in the hands of Edouard Mendy, who sends a long effort across field. But it doesn't find Sadio Mane, throwing back to Mali. Do you think Senegal are managing this game really well?
I mean, so far they lead. I wouldn't say they are managing it properly because they are really not causing problems for the Malians. They're pretty much just playing the game, and you could say that the Malians also probably are not exerting themselves. They are hoping for a fortuitous chance. They're hoping for something unlucky to happen to the Senegalese, and they are probably also hoping that in the dying minutes of the game they can strike, as we've seen with the double substitutions they made. They've brought in a few attacking guys who can probably cause one or two problems for the Senegalese. I expected more from the Teranga Lions, really, and Pape Chow definitely will be as disappointed as I am seeing how the game is playing out.
Free kick to Mali. Our referee is the world famous Yanis Ikazwe. Remember him?
Yeah, I do.
From the Mali-Tunisia game at the last AFCON. And he signaled for full time with 3 minutes.
85th minute,
yeah.
And then signaled for another full time. I sincerely thought he was concussed in that game because it seemed like the shege he was seeing was Pro Max. But he seemed to be doing better.
Alright, long ball towards Ibrahim Niang from the defense. Mbaye now on the attack. Ooh. Lovely pass towards Sheriff Ndiaye. This absence for forward. But what a stop there from the Mali captain. Actually, Sheriff Ndiaye was offside, or it was Ibrahim Mbaye.
Yeah.
Was actually offside in the build-up. Both got the benefit of the doubt from the assistant referee.
No, he was on.
I thought it was onside.
It was on. I think it's
it was Sheriff Ndiaye.
Yeah, it was Sheriff.
Who made that run inside? Yeah, he was offside.
Sheriff.
Now Nene on the other side. It's end to end now. Bits Kalidou Koulibaly. Can he send across him? He decides to wait for a corner kick. Corner kick to Mali. Trust me, everyone is going to go in for this one. The equalizer against Tunisia came from a corner kick, didn't it?
Was a corner kick in similar time. In similar time. No, it was in the 90 plus 6 minutes. They got it go through the corner. It's another corner.
Delivery will have to be good there. There's Doumbia, there's Gassama, there's Diaby. All in there. Corner kick. Nene sends it in. That time header is lacking in power.
Oh, come on.
And looks like Senegal are on the break right now. I haven't robbed them. The Mali midfield off the ball, but everyone is back. Ibrahim Mbaye now finds his captain, finds Sadio Mane. Lovely move of the shoulder. Elhaj Malik Diouf now with the ball. Senegal choose to calm things down, not to rush. As they will try to, see out this one. Papi Cisse now, the Raul Vallecano midfielder, gets the ball to Idrissa Gueye. Crepin Diatta on the right hand side. Sends whips that one in, but Mali should be able to deal with it. But still. Ball is back with Senegal. Idrissa Gueye. Malik Diouf. Sadio Mane on the left side. He's got Amir Traoré for company. But lovely defensive work from Mali once again. They've been superb. I mean, if not for that error from the goalkeeper, you get a feeling that this game will probably still remain status quo and goalless. They've defended really stoutly Mali, but they're just up against it. I mean, in war football these days, it's always a Ugandan tax to play with a man down.
Yeah.
It is always difficult. Ibrahim Mbaye now comes into the box. Is out for a corner kick. Senegal win another corner kick.
You must give it to the Malians. They haven't lost their head despite being a man down. They have stuck to their principles, defended astutely, tried to play from the back, caused a few problems for the Senegalese. And you think that if they had the advantage of a man, they probably would have caused more problems for the Senegalese, because the Senegalese haven't been convincing. They haven't been convincing in this game so far.
Senegal lacking in conviction, but the most important thing is what's on the scoreline. The lead by a goal to the corner kick comes in. As usual, Mali deal with it. As Mane sends the ball way back to Edouard Mendy. Mali nil, Senegal nil. Iliman Ndiaye the 27th minute goal for the Teranga Lions, and that's been the difference between both sides as the game wanders into the 90th minute. Now Senegal, that's a poor kick coming from the Malian goalkeeper. Edouard Mendy now has the ball again. Sends Watchalong on towards Diouf, a left back. The West Ham defender, Papi Sis. I think for Senegal right now, it's just, I mean, let's just pass it around. Let's.
At this point,
yeah, let's run down the clock.
At this point, don't lose the game. Don't lose the ball. Just keep the ball. It's game management at this point. I imagine that the referee will be adding at least 4 minutes of extra time. But if they can't get a goal, another goal in Senegalese, then they must try to keep the game.
All right, Yanis Ikazwe has signaled for a foul, and a yellow card will be shown to a Malian player. I thought he waved play on, but he had to call that one back. It looks like it's the Malian captain who's gone into the books. We're taking a look at that again. Oh yeah, that's obviously a yellow card.
Yeah.
And it's Hamid Traore, the Malian captain, who has been booked by Yanis Ikazwe. But Mali will be proud that they've given it their all despite the adversity they faced in the last couple of games of the AFCON. I mean, some were not really self-sabotage. I remember the red card that they got in the Comoros game was later judged not to have been a red card.
Yes, it was. And despite the setbacks, they have, I think they've acquitted themselves well. They if they go out at this point, they would have expected more, but to get into a quarter-final where, oh wow, that was close.
Mali leave once again. 7 minutes has been added on. Mali on the attack now. Nene asking for the ball in the channel, gets it, but Malik Diouf gets there quickly. Mali will quickly take a throw. Doumbia is going to beat his time there.
Mamadou Doumbia.
But Mali now will try to, progress up the pitch. Now they've got nothing to lose. They have to throw everything at it right now.
Yeah.
They have to get forward more. I mean, I'm looking at Mali and I'm not sure they want it enough because I'm not seeing them, throw everything there. Okay, chance for Mali to come forward. Lovely cross comes in, but Niakate is very much alive to that as he clears that one up for a throw-in. Mali getting dangerous as we get into other time. Diarra sends one in, but Senegal will repel that. But Mali come again. Nene finds him, and what a block shot coming from this again. But Senegal can attack now. Ibrahim Mbaye. It's 3 against 1 right now. Surely Senegal should get a second now. Sadio Mane now. Sends a cross in, but Senegal fluff their lines again. What an effort. And it's the upright. Gassama will clear. What an effort from Lamine Camara right there.
What an effort. I mean, it just looked very comical because the Malians trying to get a goal and then they lost it at the back, and it just seemed like the Malians were confused as to what to do with the ball, and Lamine Camara just took decisions into his hands. Well played shot because the goalkeeper was out of his line, and you could see the goalkeeper really as they say local parlance, parrying for his defense.
Kalidou Koulibaly has gotten a yellow card again for a foul on Nene, who was trying to beat him to the byline, and that'll be a free kick to Mali, another chance to send something dangerous in. Looking at that effort from Lamine Camara, and credits to the goalkeeper Jigi Cisse, and he had to push that to the upright. Jigi Diarra, beg your pardon.
Diarra Cisse.
And free kick to Mali. Kalidou Koulibaly in Yanis Ikazwe's books. This could get really tricky. Doumbia getting set to float one in. Delivery once again has to be good. Senegal have to be focused here. And Mali will try to And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think Senegal won this. Free kick comes in, and I'm thinking that, I mean, Mali has to throw a lot into this. They've got nothing to lose anymore. And I'm hoping the goalkeeper probably joins in all of that and make life a bit comfortable for Senegal.
Just put the ball in.
Dumbia once again finds Nene to Dumbia. That's a speculative effort. That will trouble Edward Mendy. I can understand the idea, but that was poorly executed. As Tom Shenfield is urging his lads to keep on keeping on. I'm going to see Yannis Sikazwe with this whistle again. Rob, it's just 4 minutes of added time played. We still have 3 more to go.
At least 3 more.
We have 3 more to go. Yannis Sikazwe.
Mali seems to always have drama around them. I just remember the last AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire, how, of course, our coach, Eric Shell, was their coach at the time. And remember the circumstances in which they crashed out in the quarterfinal, where they could have qualified, and everything that happened afterwards. And in this game, red card, back and forth game, losing by a goal to nil, almost conceding one. It seems to be a lot of drama associated with Malians, and at this point the only drama they want is one that involves them getting the equalizer.
Personally, I think Senegal have badly managed this game. They've not had full control despite playing with the man advantage. They've allowed the game get to end. I'm sure Papetier will be tearing at the boys despite the progression or the potential progression to the semi-finals. Still not done yet. Impossible is nothing. 5 minutes of the 7 added on, already played. Crepin Diata finds a way to get out of trouble there. Finds Idrissa Gueye. Gueye finds Sadio Mane on the left. Man in the box, cuts into his right. Sends another effort, but Chiga Diarra is very much up to the task once again. And at this point in time, you get a feeling that Senegal should be home and dry. But Mali's still very much looking around. Ibrahim Mbaye now. Idrissa Gueye getting into some promising positions, but that was the wrong pass to Sadio Mane, who cannot chase, looks tired. Mali bombing forward. The referee says it's a foul and free kick to Mali. He's been my man of the match today, the Malian captain.
Yeah, he's been very, very bumping forward despite the one-man disadvantage. Just Traore really bumping forward. As we see the chance again by Sadio Mane, we've seen him hit a few shots in this game. Probably not enough attacking forays from the Senegalese. But talking about Traore, he's been really, really, really good. I remember against Tunisia, he came in as a substitute and took the game by the scruff of the neck. And he's done that again in this game, captaining the side despite the red card. It will be hard to see the Malians get something. Really, it's less than 30 seconds to go,
and it's 2 against 1 again. But Ibrahim Mbaye overruns that one. They've been in those positions or situations at least thrice in the last 10-15 minutes of the game,
and they've made nothing.
And they've poorly managed those situations.
Yeah, they have. If this gives an inkling into how they'll play in the semi-final, then I think that any side who faces them will probably have a very good advantage, because they haven't really taken this game to the Malians. Would we say because the Malians are probably more physical, more intense, not as attacking, but the Senegalese, we know on the good, they are very, very talented side. They can get lots of goals, but in this game they haven't. They are really holding on. The referees really called
and it's full time. Yannis Sikazwe has signalled for the end of this first quarter final in Tangier. It's ended Mali 0, Senegal 1. Iliman Ndiaye with the 27th minute goal, and then he came off across from Crepin Diata, and Jigi Diarra fumbled that ball, and Iliman Ndiaye was waiting to just stop into an empty net, and that's the reason Senegal will be making it into the semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations, and they will be waiting for the winner of tonight's clash between the hosts Morocco. They'll be waiting for the winners of tomorrow's clash between the Pharaohs of Egypt and the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, who are actually defending champions of the Africa Cup of Nations. Mali looked dejected, obviously, and Senegal not really overjoyed, not feeling the labor till the very end. In a game they were expected to be comfortable after, Yves Bissouma got sent off towards the end of the first period. But every Senegalese right there will leave a sigh of relief, knowing fully well that they are through to the semi-final.
Yes, definitely. I think that primarily the major thing was to get into the semis, whether by a goal or half a goal, and they've done that. Even though the play itself wasn't convincing, but I think they got into the semi-final. They did the barest minimum. As you can see, Akon, legendary American singer Akon, definitely know he has a Senegalese. Of course,
it's Senegalese.
I mean, American Senegalese, but he has Senegalese roots, huge Senegalese roots, rooting for the guys. The Senegalese getting into another semi-final. I was just trying to confirm how many semi-finals they've got into, but I think that in the last 5 to 10 years, they've, I think, gotten to at least 5 semi-finals, and we know that they got to the finals, defeated the Egyptians. They've won a few of those semi-finals, got into the final, lost a few, and they've done the barest minimum, even though unconvincingly. But they will take on, they will go back rest. Very important that they did not take this game to extra time, because those extra minutes could count against them. Playing those extra minutes, now they go back, they can rest, they can have some time more, refresh, and then come back into the semi-finals to see who they will take on, and hopefully they probably want to make another appearance in the final, and hopefully want to take this one. But Senegalese, they've done the barest minimum. I wasn't convinced. I'm not happy with the performance, especially seeing that they were a man to the good, but a win is a win, and they will take it.
Some say in tournaments you just don't need to be convincing, you just need to do the job, get the win, and try to progress into the next phase. And that's the AFCON25 road to final. And there you go, Mali have crashed out to Senegal, so Senegal will progress into the semi-finals, where they will await the winner of that epic, historic and nostalgic clash between Egypt and Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast gives me echoes of 2006, where both managers were actually facing each other. Also, Hassan, as I think a 39-year-old.
I think that was his last AFCON.
Yeah, that was actually his last AFCON. Yeah, as a 39-year-old, and MS Fire was just on the come up with Ivory Coast clashed them, and that clash comes up tomorrow by 8 p.m. The Pharaohs of Egypt against Cote d'Ivoire. And coming up tonight, it's Cameroon against Morocco. We know that Cameroon, it was a lot of chaos in the build-up to their competition, but under David Pagou, they have found a semblance of sanity, and they have looked really good in this tournament, beating South Africa in the round of 16, and they'll be taking on the Moroccan side, who definitely know that the pressure continues to weigh on them. They need to win this competition, because they have not won in over 50 years, and they've invested massively in hosting this competition. And like Doctor said, it's the home of African football. The winners of that tie tonight will be up against the winner of another classic tie. Anytime Algeria and Nigeria face each other, it is always a classic.
Yes,
trust me. And Algeria face Nigeria tomorrow by 5 p.m. and we've got a watch along coming through tomorrow. Follow us on our social media platforms to get all the details of that one. Algeria Nigeria kicks off at 5 p.m. Our studios open by 4:30 p.m. for that all-important clash. And just to get a sneak peek from you, Doctor, I mean, what are your expectations from that game tomorrow, Algeria, Nigeria?
It's going to be very entertaining. Both sides have a lot against each other. Nigeria, remember, Algerians were the reason for the downfall some AFCONs ago. Last-minute goal by Riyad Mahrez. These are two sides that come out to play expressive football. They've scored lots of goals, even though the Super Eagles have scored more in this tournament. But I think that it will be a tactical battle. I want to see how Eric Chell will set up to manage the likes of Amoura, Riyad Mahrez, Boneja up front. I mean, as we can see, Nigerians have scored 12. The Algerians have scored 8. But I think that the Algerians have a very tight defense. If they've not considered, I don't think they've considered more than 2 goals so far coming into the quarterfinals. The Nigerians have considered 4. And so we want to see how Eric Chell will set up, how he's going to break down that Algerian defense. This will not be like the Tunisians, because the Algerians are very good going forward and very defensively sound. And so I don't know how this game will end, to be very honest, but I see goals in this game. Maybe Osimhen with 1 or 2 goals. If those 1 or 2 goals will be enough to get the Super Eagles into the semi-finals, that's left to be seen. But I really look forward to the game and look forward to all the fireworks and explosiveness that will come from it.
I understand that a very elder percentage of the match tickets have been bought by the Algerian
As
fans.
expected.
It's all the way
The
from
Algerian, Moroccan, I think it's the North African fans.
we also know the proximity of Algeria to Morocco, and the fans have bombed into Morocco, and they want to cheer the FedEx to victory. But Nigeria, we know that we've got that spirit, that never say die spirit.
That's right.
And like you saw on the screen, 12 goals scored. The question is, how many will the Super Eagles score tomorrow against Algeria? But should be a good game. Remember the last time these two teams met at the AFCON? It ended in tears for Nigeria. That was in 2019, where we lost the game 2-1, and the man who inflicted that pain on Nigeria, Riyad Mahrez, was responsible for the first goal that led to the own goal, the cross that came from the right, the true second own goal, and the free kick that we all knew what he was going to score. We knew he was scoring it. He scored that, and he definitely will be playing a very vital part. Yeah, he's already said it that this most likely is his final AFCON, but we also know that this days is not the guy that plays all 90 minutes under Vladimir Petkovic's side, but he will play his part, and he still remains a very, very dangerous player. Also watch out for Ibrahim Maza, that's the striker. Watch out for Mohamed Amoura, who got into some trouble for his banter stuff after the win against DR Congo. Watch out for Lucas Zidane. That's the goalkeeper for Algeria, and it's also the son of the legendary Zinedine Zidane. Watch out for Rami Bensebaini, one of the best defenders on the African continent. So it's an Algerian side stacked with a lot of a lot of quality, a lot of experience as well, and Nigeria will have to be very, very wary of navigating that tricky quarterfinal. Once again, all the action is right here with us, so make sure you subscribe to our channel vivxsports and get the very best of the Africa Cup of Nations, especially the game between Nigeria and Algeria. What's your prediction for that game?
My heart wants Nigeria to win. My head thinks the Algerians will take it.
I thought your heart and your head should be in alignment about who should win.
They should be, but in things like football, they can say different. But I will give it to Nigeria 2-1. All
right, Doctor is giving it to Nigeria 2-1. I can't wait. I mean, whatever scoreline that takes Nigeria to the semi-finals, whatever scoreline that takes us to the semi-finals, whatever takes us to the semis is all I believe that Nigeria's going to win. I'm very, very much confident.
Yeah, you're very confident.
Yeah, and there's a feeling that they've put behind all the squabbles of the Mozambique game between Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen. We understand that the player, Osimhen, has apologized to the team, and everybody is definitely looking forward to moving on and doing the damage tomorrow. Their bonuses also, I understand that also has been sorted out as well, so they can look forward and come together and make Nigerians proud. Remember, they have to make it up to Nigerians for not qualifying for the World Cup, so that is on their minds. Eric Chell says he's just focused on the game. He's not focused on bonus or anything. His job is to take care of the Super Eagles on the pitch, and that is what he is focused. In fact, one word that Eric Chell has been constantly emphasizing since this tournament began is focus.
Yes.
Focus.
Don't get distracted.
Yeah, sometimes he also makes mention of the word being aggressive. Aggressivity. That's a new word from Eric Chell, but it looks like a man who knows what he wants. He looks like a man who also wants to make up for what happened at the last AFCON with Mali, and he feels that with Nigeria he can make up for that. So I'm hoping that all of that can come together and see us, take another step towards a fourth African title come the 18th of January in Rabat. I think the finals in Rabat.
Yeah,
Rabat, not Casablanca. Doctor, we have to wrap things up to allow our second batch of
Titanic battle.
Yes, because we've got another big game coming up. It's Cameroon against
that's massive.
Morocco kicking off, and our studios will be alive for that in the next 17 minutes from now. Doctor, thanks for coming through.
Always a pleasure.
And once again, apologies for starting late. We will definitely make it up to you. We've started making it up to you already, so make sure you keep on subscribing to our channel. On behalf of everyone part of this production, we say thank you for watching, but keep it locked right here on this channel, because we're coming back for the game between the host Morocco and five-time champions of the AFCON, the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Bye-bye for now. Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosted to win it. There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!